initiate Operation Hawaii. We will cripple the US fleet and control the Pacific Oceans within the year. Remember, in 1853, Americans forced Japan to trade at gunpoint via the Treaty of Kanagawa. Forced to participate in the imperialist games of the Western nations. Japan has since been creating a line of advantage through China and Korea. To complete our security, the Pacific must also be controlled. This is how we will protect our country from those who will enslave us. We shall catch the enemy in his sleep and cripple him where he lies. This is an act of necessity against an enemy who has made his intentions quite clear. Thank you all.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the War Room. I have decided to return to air conflicts once again for my yearly review of the Pearl Harbor mission. Review is not quite the right word. Reenactment would be a closer, more accurate word. So, if you couldn't guess by what I literally just said right there, we're going to be reenacting the attack on Pearl Harbor. And we're going to start with the Japanese perspective, and then we're going to go to the American perspective. So I've just got to get the, I've just got to do some things right before we start. Alright, so you're going to have to forgive me for the first 5 minutes of this, probably, because I'm going to have to get reacquainted with the controls. Oh yeah, and this whole thing with like the PlayStation camera, that's really weird. Let me see if I can get that to not... There we go, okay. Okay, it's changing the camera. Interesting. Man, he's very quiet. Can I turn him up? Okay, well I kind of overshot the target already, but... Alright, let's see if I remember the controls. I do. Alright, next ship. Next plane. I guess I could review this after I do the mission. Because I am noticing, I've already noticed something. Hi! Aerial collision, no thanks. That's not my fault. That is the AI's fault. They put me in a vehicle that was on a collision course with another vehicle. Or something like that. That's definitely not my fault.
Bombs are away. Bomb strike successful. KWA fire.
Ooh, can't touch this. Oh.
Bombing initiated. Bomb is on target. Bombs are released.
napalm. Not actually.
Bombing initiated.
Napalm wasn't invented yet,
Fired upon.
but it would be
Hit the
soon.
target.
They invented napalm during World War II. Or maybe it was invented, I don't know, because
Good. Very
it
well.
could have been before US involvement. I don't think it was
Good
though.
strike.
The enemy will quickly muster our defense. Form his hangar, an airfield to slow the area response.
Yes, sir. Bomb the enemy hangars. Yes, I will do that. Ooh, okay, hello, you almost hit me.
Bombing initiated. Bomb strike successful. Bombs are released. That's a good strike. Enemy fire.
Gotta dodge all the flak here. Evasive maneuvers. They damaged my back, my right tail
Bombing
flap.
initiated.
Hey,
The bomb has hit the target.
don't do that. That hurts.
The operation is proceeding to plan. Fighters, strafe the enemy before he can take over.
Yes, sir. Where? What am I strafing? Where are my targets? There we go. That's what I was looking for.
That's one down. Two down. Enemy down. And another. I'm being fired upon. Enemy down. And another. That's one down. One down.
That was close. Come here. No pilots will survive this mission. You must all die.
One down.
Where possible, ensure the enemy pilots fail to reach their plane.
Tanky trucks, yeah, you said it. Built Ford tough, probably Fords, yeah. They're taking a whole lot of 7.7.
What's the NDL?
Not Ford tough anymore. Those look like hangars, and you're stopped. So I would assume that means you have... Okay, well then, he's self-destructed.
Was inevitable. The enemy has managed to get planes into the air.
No, they didn't. I shot them all down,
Carrier was
silly.
in range.
Nah, there were no carriers at Pearl. They were at Midway, and San Diego, and other naval bases. None of them were even near Pearl Harbor at the time. Silly. I don't know, I think that's actually wrong. I think one of the carriers was near Pearl. Hi, don't hit me, please. I'm not a kamikaze pilot yet. It's low, yes, but is it low enough? No. You come back here. The Emperor has your death warrant.
Enemy fire!
No.
Enemy
You
destroyed!
first. Okay, we're switching aircraft. This one's out of ammo almost. Hey, thanks for spawning me one on the opposite side of the field of play on battle. And what happened to the second guy? The second guy committed suicide already? Jeez. Come on, let's get closer. Let's go up so we can avoid some of this flak. There's a guy. Be a shame if someone dove. Gosh, I have to go slow, so slow to not ram you. Perish.
Enemy destroyed!
There we go.
And another!
Picking them out like flies. Oh, you're coming right towards me? That's not a smart decision.
Enemy fire!
Well, you're leaking something for sure. No? Okay, well, I clearly didn't hit you hard enough.
Enemy down!
There you go, 7.7 just taking your wingtip off like that. That's totally reliable. I would totally believe that happened.
Deploy torpedo! Your target is the USS Arizona.
Which is, which one? This one? Okay. I'm gonna do this historically accurate and take the path that would have been taken by the torpedo bombers in real life. They would have gone around this island here. At least the planes that came from the North Channel. The main torpedo bombers that were attacking Battleship Row came from the South Channel, like the dive bombers did, which is why this is inaccurate depiction, because the dive bombers did not attack the battleships that were on the outside flank. They attacked the ones... dive bombers didn't attack the battleships at all. Dive bombers were the ones that were attacking the airfields, while torpedo bombers and level bombers were attacking the ones that were in Battleship Row.
Torpedo drop!
With torpedo bombers hitting the outside row and level bombers hitting the inside row. How? Okay, I was about to say. Yeah, the level bombers hit the inside row, so that would include the Arizona, and the torpedo bombers hit the outside row, which would have included Oklahoma and West Virginia. Those two particularly they received a lot of fire from the Japanese.
Torpedo gone.
Get me out of here. This hurts. There's two of them going over there or something like that. Watch that.
Torpedo squid done. All of you. Return to your carrier. It is done.
He
Yay.
was not given to outward displays of emotion. Nevertheless, I believe that the 7th of December, 1941 was the most notable day in my father's life. It is impossible to
Look at
become
it.
such a part of history.
Utah
and
and
remain
Raleigh. I don't know what the other
unchanged.
one is though. Oh, Utah is just not there. Enemy aircraft destroyed 43. We had 4 pilots shot down or crashed. And two pilots were killed in action. 1 pilot is MIA, and 1 pilot was recovered after bailout. We sank 2 battleships and a destroyer. Yeah, so from the Japanese perspective, I would say that mission was not very accurate because, like I said, the torpedo bombers attacked from the South Channel, they attacked from the North Channel in the first wave and the South Channel in the second wave, which, again, that's another reason why it's inaccurate, was because there were 2 waves, not just 1. But the first wave did mainly focus on dive bombers and the Zeros destroying aircraft that were parked on the ground still, so they could cripple the American aerial response for the second wave, because the second wave was composed mainly of vulnerable and slow torpedo bombers, which came from the South Channel and attacked the exterior row of battleships, including the California, Nevada, Oklahoma, and West Virginia. And then the level bombers came in, attacking the ones that were inaccessible to torpedo bombers because they were closer to the island and protected by that row of battleships, which would have included battleships Maryland, Tennessee, and Arizona. I think those are the 3 that were on the inside. Anyways,
War with the Japanese. They're striking at Pearl Harbor as I speak. A cowardly sneak attack that has the potential to cripple our sea power in the Pacific.
oh, I've got another thing. I'll wait till this is over though.
But we'll have to do everything we can. We have a patrol Bravo flight in range of Pearl.
No, we don't.
Those boys will have to do everything they can. until
That's
we
not
get there.
accurate,
Our goal is to buy
as
time.
far as I know.
The enemy will want to cripple a significant proportion of the docked fleet. Our job is to reduce that proportion.
The subtitles are not accurate. Okay, so the other thing that I realized as soon as that started was that as soon as you get into the mission, the Americans are firing at you. That is not accurate. The Americans did not respond. Like, they had no response at all until like the end of the first wave. Like, the first, like, they shot the first casualties for the Japanese were 5 out of the last 7 out of 12. So 5 out of 12, and they were in the last 7 of that 12 of the torpedo bombers from the aircraft carrier Kaga. Those were the first casualties for the Japanese of World War II not World War II, but in the US, against the US. At least in Pearl Harbor. I don't know if there were, like, I mean, obviously there's the casualties from the USS Ward. Why would we be using SBDs on the attack on Pearl Harbor? Because they were not there. Yeah, and then we have these guys. What's up with that? Whatever. There were no naval aircraft that were involved in the attack on Pearl Harbor on the American side, except for ones that were stationed at naval air stations, not ones from the carriers.
Begin your approach. Air support on our side.
Plane game has to have planes. Yeah. I get that. And well, no, because they have P-40s, because you fight against P-40s in this game as the Japanese. I know that, and I don't remember for certain or not if you can play as the P-40s, but I'm very sure you can, because they let you play as the B-25s for the Mitchell raid, and that's the only time you get to play for them.
Do what you can. Bring down as many of the enemy as possible, and
That is the only time you get to use the Mitchell in this game, is when you're in the Doolittle raid. So I don't understand why the P-40 can't be a mission-specific aircraft, like being used in this battle, because that would make sense. P-40s and P-36s were stationed at Pearl Harbor at the time of the attack. And that would make it historically accurate, instead of having these SBDs perform fighter duty. That's not accurate at all. I honestly can't think of any instance that I know of where SBDs did any sort of fighter cover for any assault. It was always, from my knowledge, it was always Hellcats, Wildcats, and Bearcats. Well, the Bearcats weren't really available for World War II. Those weren't ready until Korea, but yeah, like, they have P-40 models that can fly around. It's the same mechanics as all the other aircraft. So why not let us use the P-40s instead of SBDs that are entirely unfit for this kind of role? Like, I guess you could say it's Pacific carriers, so they gotta use carrier air. It's air conflict specific carriers, so they have to use aircraft that were on carriers. In which case, I'll say, okay, I get that. I can get that. The B-25 mission, those were... I literally saw that coming. You saw me dive away from that. I saw that he was trying to ram me, so I dove, and he still rammed me. Japanese gonna Japanese, right? Don't do that again. Anyways, what was I saying before I got rammed? Something about the B-25s, how that's fair, yeah. Yeah, the B-25s were stationed on an aircraft carrier for that mission, so I guess you can say that, that's fair. But the P-40s were on aircraft carriers. People don't realize that. During the Mediterranean North African campaign, P-40s were launched from aircraft carriers. Now again, you could say, well, it's Pacific carriers. P-40s were never stationed on Pacific carriers. And I would say you're right. They were never stationed on Pacific carriers. But that doesn't negate the fact that they A, can launch from an aircraft carrier, and B, are more suited for the fighter role, and are C, accurate for the battle, at least for this one. So yeah. Yes, the British did have carriers. They had the like Ark Royal and Invincible, I think was one of them. They had several aircraft carriers. I don't think they had it. I think they had no, Illustrious. Yeah, and Illustrious, yeah. I don't remember which ones were in the Pacific. I remember one was sunk in the Pacific. I remember there was a British carrier sunk in the Pacific, and it was one involved in the hunt for the Bismarck, because it was like a couple months afterwards. I want to say it was Ark Royal that was the one that was involved with the Bismarck and got sunk in the Pacific. What happened to the Invincible? It sank. I'm pretty sure Invincible was either sink or scrapped. If you think about it, that's really the only possibility for World War II aircraft carriers, is that they were either sunk or scrapped. So that's kind of just a general thing for all aircraft carriers, but yeah. Oh wow, who could have guessed? Yeah, I know.
Arizona's under pressure from torpedo bombers. Take down as many as you can.
Yeah, I don't know any information about the HMS Invincible specifically. And I don't even remember if Invincible was actually one of their ships or not. Like, it could have been, it might not have been, I have no clue. I could be making stuff up off of, like, Mandela effect sort of stuff. Where the heck did an entire squadron come from? We don't know. we just assume that these guys were just kind of flying around minding their own business, or they were en route from the aircraft carriers. That's what the game is trying to sell us, even though the aircraft carriers were not close enough to detach an entire fighter squadron, an entire naval fighter squadron, to protect Pearl Harbor. Because if they were close enough, they would have. And they didn't. Yeah, Wildcat is woefully overpowered in this game. Like, they really upgunned this thing. Like, the 50 cals, 50 cals do hurt, but they don't hurt this much. This is like, it's treating this thing like the 50 cals are 20 mils, essentially. Like, this thing's like a Bearcat. You're not gonna kamikaze me, are you? No, you're not, because I'm gonna dodge it. You can... Dang, you are a tanky cape. You are a tanky B5N cape. Yeah, you gotta get close to them, that's the problem. Y'all just won't die! Eat lead! There we go. I'm pretty sure this game makes it so that the last aircraft alive in this like thing is invincible. Oh, never mind. There'll be more. There's more though. I know there's more. Yeah, I killed his pilot. Man, cannons in War Thunder are either you blow your wing off in one shot or go a damn pea shooter. Or goddamn pea shooter. Yeah. That is very much War Thunders. Like, your 20 mils are either gonna like rip their wings off in a couple of shots, or they're just gonna do nothing for some reason. They'll just like miss everything, even if your shots are accurate. I think there's like 1 or 2 more squadrons of Kates that are gonna show up. It just takes them a minute because the game's like, oh, it's gonna take him 5 minutes to shoot these guys down. No, it's gonna take me 2 minutes. If that. Hi, you almost kamikazed me, friendly. Hey, you also almost kamikazed me. You're not friendly.
Enemy fire!
Yeah, you come back here. You're not friendly. There you go. Kill yourself. Nah, man, we fixed ghost shelling. We promise. Yeah, that's War Thunder. That's absolutely War Thunder right there. Hey, could you, squadron of Kates, could you all, like, spawn or something? Could y'all just, like, exist for a moment so I can shoot you down? Is the attack over? I can't tell because there's nothing happening. And why are we shooting at friendlies with flak? Wait a second. Hold it. No. Yeah, this one's not a friendly. This one is... There we go. This one right here is not a friendly. Come back here. You're not friendly. You're not blue. You are white. And we kill white planes. Where'd they go? Dang, they fast. You come here. Zero escaped my clutches. But not for long, I'm back on his tail, haha. Hey, come back here, I'm not done. Gosh, the vibration of my controller right now is insane. From all this flak. Where is that last squadron of Kates? Bro, this game is so buggy. I've honestly considered stopping this series because of how buggy it is. But I gotta do my yearly Pearl Harbor video. And that's the only time I play it anymore. Plus I'm waiting for the time-accurate Battle of the Philippine Sea video. I'm waiting for the years to catch up so I can do 80 anniversary. Aren't Zeros mostly paper or wood? Yes, they are mostly paper and wood. Die. Game. Fix yourself. I could land and just wait. Man, these landing gear are very fast to deploy for an F4. These guys were hand cranked. They were not that easy to deploy the landing gear. You had to wait a whole minute to get your landing gear down because they took forever to slowly winch down while sitting in the cockpit. Okay. Yep, I'm just gonna sit here on the army airfield, waiting for the Kates to arrive. So I got Bomber Crew recently because it was like on sale for like 85% off, and it's interesting. I've already played through part of the campaign, and I decided to restart because I was like, man, I suck at this. So I wanted to start anew with the experience I'd gathered from the first campaign, and it's decent. It's a decent game. I might do videos on it eventually. I'm not sure. I probably will at some point. But I mean, I've already got like the Subnautica series going on, and the Tank Mechanic series. Tank Mechanic really doesn't end. It's not really a series that ends. I haven't done a video for that in a long time. I don't think I'm going to for a while, at least not until the Subnautica series is finished. But there's been times where I've really wanted to like get on the game just to play it. But I'm like, well, if I do that, then I'm gonna do stuff that hasn't been shown in the in video, and they're gonna be like, what happened? And then I'm gonna have to explain everything, and I don't want to have to explain everything. So I'm just like, I'll just do it on camera when I play it for live stream purposes next time. I'm sure I just didn't see a plane commit suicide and run into that building over there. Okay, well, I'm gonna say we won because these Kates are not appearing, and this video is already over 30 minutes long, which is what I did not want. So I'm just gonna, you know, yeah. See, they didn't sink any ships, and we only had we shot down 46 aircraft, which in reality only 29 Japanese aircraft were shot down. So we already did better than history, and we only lost one pilot. So we already did better on... Oh, wait, checkpoint. And just go back to a checkpoint? Hold on, let's check this. Let's just check if it fixes itself on checkpoints. No K8s. Are you trying to say Kates? Yeah, you're trying to say Kates for sure. Yeah, no Kates. So we're just gonna go... We're just gonna start this part of the mission over again, I guess. Whee! Guess what? Your friend just died. And who's next? You are! Distribute the wealth! Dang, that was easy. La 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 la. My job is the easiest job. I just shoot where the game tells me to shoot, and I kill people. It's not hard. It's very fun. It's a little buggy, and that annoys me, but it's fine. See, I don't even have to actually be aiming where it's telling me to. I just have to be aiming in the general vicinity, and it's gonna be like, yeah, you hit that. Hey, don't kamikaze me. Hey, stop that.
Enemy fire! 2 for 2!
Oh my gosh! I don't even know if that was me or if the plane just exploded so violently that it destroyed both of them. Man, I really love criticalling that last guy, apparently. And now we wait. If the game is truly bugged, they will not spawn again, and I will just leave the video as is. But if it's not bugged, if the game is working properly as intended, it will fix itself here in a moment. That was close. That was a terrible landing attempt. Alright, so here we are, ready to take off once the Kates arrive. I will wait until the next minute for them to start coming in. And if they don't, it's 30 seconds by the way, if they don't, then I'm just going to call the mission here, because they're not going to spawn in. Alright, minute's up. Alright, and that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did, and I will see you guys next time. This is the War Room, signing off.